What's up, guys? So in the last day, we made about $1,000 by trading gold, silver, and copper on Hyperliquid using a vibe-coded bot that I made with Claude code on the right-hand side here using Opus 4.5. So I want to go over why I'm doing this, how it's actually pretty easy to do with vibe coding now because the models are so good, and then also how you can get started too. So as far as why I'm doing this, I trade a lot. I've been trading for the last year and a half using mostly AI tools to write the code, and now I fully do them because the vibe coding stuff has gotten so easy. I don't even manually code anything anymore. I just use specifically Claude code. But why I've been doing the commodities specifically is because if you're in crypto, you've seen all these headlines like crazy. Gold is on all-time highs. It's been like this for the last couple months at least. Silver at all-time highs, how it keeps rising. And then also just how bad crypto's been doing. Crypto's been getting completely mogged by commodities. So I finally caved into the commodities hype. And my thinking is that you could just DCA in using something. So you don't have to buy at all-time highs. You can DCA on dips and sell on the rips. And then worst case scenario, you end up owning the commodities, which is never bad to be diversified anyway. The only problem with commodities is that I couldn't really find a good way of doing it. I'm crypto native, and so all my money's in crypto platforms. And so doing it through traditional brokerages, I have to wire the money in, and then it just seems like a huge pain. And so I tried figuring out an easy way to do it, and there was no really super easy way, except on Hyperliquid, you can actually do it. And there's other perps platforms that have it too, but I just trust Hyperliquid. So you can see here, I bought the dip on silver and then sold the pump on silver. So commodities are super volatile right now. Trump is doing a bunch of stuff with Greenland and is causing a lot of people to buy and sell random things. Sometimes crypto pumps, sometimes commodities pump. But it actually caused commodities to dump yesterday because he came out as more dovish. And so commodities actually had a little dip, which is where my bot started to buy, and then it sold at the take profit. And you can see on the right-hand side here is tracking things like the dip percentage and 0.5 out of 1.2. So I'm trying to target specific numbers for when the commodities go down. But you can see here also gold, same thing. It went down, and then I sold on the pump here. Copper, same thing. Copper hit a 1.5% move yesterday, and then it sold on the pump. So the thinking is that I don't really know commodities as much, and so I just want to DCA in, and if they go up, then I'll sell out. But then if it keeps going down, then I own the commodity and I diversify. So the tricky part though is the platform part, and that's what I want to talk about because Hyperliquid actually makes it super easy. You could just go here and they're actually all perps. And so if you go to HIP3, you can see a bunch of stocks, but they also have things like copper here. You could use 20x leverage. And it is perp, so you have to be careful about leverage and liquidations and random people causing the price of copper on Hyperliquid to not equal the price of copper in real life. So there's lots of concerns, of course. These are perps, and so you have to always do your own research and watch out. But the volatility is very fun to trade. And so as far as how I actually built it, let me show you the bot. So you can see here on the right-hand side, you have this documentation that the bot wrote from Claude code. And so simple scaling bot for Hyperliquid bidirectional ladder. So this is just documentation describing the code it wrote, Claude code. And so you can see here, you could do long or short. You use the price as an anchor, and then you buy the dips and then take profit as it goes above that anchor by a specific percentage. So it allows me to do things like on the left-hand side here, buy when copper goes down and then sell right here when it goes up. And it's not going to time everything perfectly, of course. My goal, even with this, is just not to play it perfectly. I just want to have exposure to these assets and also make some money off the volatility. And that's kind of one of the cool parts too about vibe coding is that they're so good that I don't even write manual code anymore. But also they allow you to take your strategy, whatever you have. So maybe you don't want to buy the dip, maybe you want to buy momentum trading, whatever. And you could just have the Claude code instance write the code for you. And so even for example, let's just go over here and do Claude. And we could even say something like, create a momentum trading strategy Python file I can run to buy commodities on Hyperliquid. Make sure I can define the settings of each symbol through its own config. And then you can see here on the right hand side, it will literally just start writing the code for you. And then it's just a question of fixing the code, like trying it out, having it figure out what's going on, etc. Cool. So let's just do a quick demo for showcasing the bot, like how it actually buys it live on Hyperliquid here. So I found this Intel ticker, INT-C, which has a lot of volume, $36 million of volume, and it's in this HIP3 section of Hyperliquid. So look up INT-C. You can see it here, and it's been down a lot. It went down 13% today, which is kind of wild for a massive stack, but it's kind of like our altcoins. And so let's just try buying it. So you can see a live demo of the tool. And you should also see here I was actually fixing some bugs. I needed to add it to a specific tick size thing. So even with the vibe coding tool, it's actually ridiculously easy. Like if you run into any bugs, you just throw it the error. Like I said, something about the tick size here. I was trying to get it to fix it. And then it just added it to this thing. And so hopefully it works. Let's see. So it should buy a small position of it, just so you can see for the video, it actually buying. And this is just a log saying like what's going on. And then, oh, here it is. So just bought here, liquidation price is down here. I don't think I bought very much. I think I bought like $250 or something of it. Let's see. $250, yeah, on isolated margin. So you can see there, it's running. And that's how I buy it if I want to just get in a level. But normally what I do is I wait for a dip. This is just for the video. Normally I wait for the dip and then buy in. But honestly, Intel's on a pretty good dip here. It's down 13%, which is great for a stock that has a lot of ties to the government now and a lot of attention about volatility. So that's kind of how it works. And again, like I said, super easy with vibe coding tools. Highly recommend Claude Code or a tool like that. And so that's it for today's video. Kind of going over the bot, what I do with it, why I picked it, why I'm trading the commodities. If you got any questions in the comments, also if you're building any bots too, I'd love to connect with other people building stuff. And tomorrow I'll make another video on this, doing a little more of a deep dive on one of the specific parts. And see you guys in the next video.